Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Hope you're doing very well. So in today's video I am going to be doing a Halloween look. I'm going to be kind of doing a Joker inspired look today. I'm more inspired by the Jack Nicholson Joker because I grew up watching that Joker. He is my favourite Joker of all time. Of course I appreciate Heath Ledger, who I know everyone would say is their favourite Joker, but you know, I do really love that Joker, but he's not my favourite. And of course there's a Jared Leto one, which I'm not gonna mention because that's not, I don't like that film at all. I think he was a terrible Joker. And you know, we have Mark Hamill as Joker as well, the voicing, and yeah, the original ones as well. But I wanted to just do that, be inspired by that one. I did look on Pinterest and having a look around, and there was someone that I was inspired by. I will put her picture up here. And I don't know if she has any social media or anything, but I don't know how old this photo is. I literally saw it on Pinterest and I was like, I want to be inspired by that. So yeah, let's get into it because I don't have like a crazy amount of like makeup to put on, and I've got some green hairspray that I'll do off camera. So let's get into it. So I'm just going to prime everything first. So I'm going to use my e.l.f. Soothing Face Primer for no reason, to be honest. I just wanted to use a primer for my face because I'm not using like paint, I'm using actual makeup, but I thought I would still prime my face because it's still important. No matter what you're doing with makeup, it's always good to just prime your face first because at least there's still that barrier between your skin and the makeup. And this primer I haven't used in a while, so I'm hoping it's still good. And it's actually been one of my favourite primers because it really does help soothe the redness in my skin. So yeah, I wanted to do like Joker today because I haven't done a kind of Joker look in a really long time. One time I was having one of my birthday parties at a place called Sin City in Camden in London, which is at the Electric Ballroom. This is when I was in university, so this was a long time ago, and me and my friends used to go quite frequently. And for my birthday one year I said, let's all dress up as like our favourite superheroes or villains or whatever. And so my friends, you know, they would do like lots of selective different characters, and then of course I went as the Joker. I actually kind of had the whole costume. I kind of put together the costume myself. I'm gonna go in with a foundation which is probably like the lightest foundations that I have, which are these XX Revolution ones that my friend kindly gave me. I think I might go in with this one first and build it up a lot because I'm not going to use like face paint. I'm just going to use a lot of foundation. So yeah, I basically, at the time I was working in a cinema, so I basically had a purple shirt that I used and that worked towards that. And then I had like a waistcoat that I bought from Primark, and I bought some purple trousers, I think from Uniqlo and stuff like that. So I really went to town when it came to my cosplays because I really put in like a lot of effort. And when I used to like work at Forbidden Planet and stuff, we would always dress up every Halloween. I didn't do any Joker cosplays or anything, but I did do like Bride of Frankenstein, and I did like a couple of other things as well, which I really enjoyed doing just because they were a lot of fun. I'm gonna go over my eyebrows just a bit. I am gonna add something on top, so the process is gonna look weird in the beginning, but I guess when you're looking like the Joker, it's gonna be a weird process anyway. But I'm gonna build up the foundation just because it's not like the greatest foundation ever, to be honest. Like I remember when I bought this and I thought, you know what, because I originally bought the XX this foundation, and then I think the bottle broke and then I couldn't use it, and then my friend was like, do you want this? And I thought, okay, why not? Because at the time I was like, you know what, I remember it being quite a good foundation, and it's actually pretty pants. I'm using it today because it is like the whitest. I don't really want to use that word in a kind of racial way, but it is the lightest that I have that I'm going to use, because when you look at, obviously if you know about the Joker and you know about like the character, he obviously has white face paint and then has like a Joker kind of thing. I don't know how else to kind of explain it, but the one thing that I'm not too happy about this foundation is as to how kind of shiny and oily that it makes me. But I'm just going to just blend it as much as I can. Straight after this, I'm going to be having a shower because obviously I'm not going to sit in this all day. Imagine if I just like, my husband came home and he'd be like, what the hell is wrong with you? I'm like, surprise! It's date night. I'm dressing up as a Joker because I'm mental. But yeah, the Joker's always been like one of my favourite characters of like just comic book history. He is without a doubt like the most iconic villain, even in the comic, well, mostly in the comics, of course. And then when the TV show was on, they had the Joker there, and then obviously with the Jack Nicholson one, which was like insane, amazing for me because I grew up watching that Batman. I actually watched them quite recently, the Tim Burton one, because it was Batman Day about a month, less than a month ago, and I was like, you know what, I need to watch the Tim Burton Batman again because it's so good. Got my Batman mirror, even though I've been using it all the time since I since I got it. I'm gonna powder everything down now because I feel like it's very warm today. For some reason, it's not even autumn anymore. It's crazy. Well, it'll be autumn tomorrow probably. So yeah, I'm gonna powder everything down using my Real Love Revolution Super Matte Powder because I do want my face to be very mattified for this because I just want it to be quite like the kind of tone to be very prominent because I'm not using face paint. So but yeah, growing up and watching those movies and then watching them as an adult, I appreciate, or I appreciated them as a kid, but watching them as an adult and just being like, the movie sets are amazing, the actors are amazing. Like Michael Keaton is my favorite Batman of all time. He is just amazing, like as like Bruce Wayne and Batman. And then I watched some of the other ones as well, which I do really like. I do like Batman Forever because I absolutely am obsessed with Val Kilmer. So I was very happy to kind of be like, you know what, let me see if I have it on DVD, or I was gonna stupidly go out of my way to get it. But thankfully I had it because I've had it for such a long time that I didn't need to spend my hard-earned money on it again. Just getting like all over my top. But and you know what? They just turn into not great movies, but they're still a lot of fun. And of course, the Christopher Nolan just like came and just like knocked everything out of the park. And he was like, I'm sorry, Tim Burton who? And like Joel Schumacher who? And it's like, all right, we're like in like when Christian Bale was as Batman, I absolutely do love him as Batman. I just can't stand his voice, which is what pisses me off. But it's fine. It's good. It's amazing action movies. They're not flawed. Like they all movies have flaws. Like a lot of people obviously don't like the third one, like Dark Knight Rises, which I don't mind. I think it's a decent film. Let me just pat everything down. It's kind of staying white, but it's not, I don't think, gonna be completely matte, which is fine because I'm not aiming for like really over the top Joker today. So I'm gonna go onto my eyebrows next. I'm gonna use green, like my P. Louise green base. So I've got like an angled brush which I'm gonna use. So I'm gonna take it, let's say like a small amount, onto my ISO Clean palette, just so I don't have to keep on brushing it up. But it's been a while since I used this P. Louise thing. It's one of the first products that I purchased, and I'm like, okay, I rarely use it, but it's gonna go onto my eyebrows. And so I'm just going to just take some brush strokes and just brush it in. And you can use these paints anywhere on the face, I remember them saying, so don't be afraid to use them anywhere. So but yeah, when the Christopher Nolan ones came out, they really changed the game when it came to like superhero movies, because this is kind of around the time that Iron Man was coming out, or was that like much later on? Because I remember when Batman Begins came out, I don't think any of the Avengers movies had kind of been done, but I know it was the Hulk with Edward Norton. My movie memory is not that great sometimes, so I could be completely wrong. Already I look at myself and I'm like, okay, if only my mum would see me, she'd be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? But she knows I'm always like this, so always like dressing up, and I used to love coming down the stairs. Like the one day that I did that Joker thing for my birthday and just going down the street, and she's like, you know, people are gonna stare at you, and I was like, I don't care. Oh man, it was just, I love dressing up. And obviously I haven't been able to, because in my previous jobs during Halloween, like it's not as kind of fun as when I used to do in Forbidden Planet. But I still have the memories, I still have the, you know, pictures and everything, so there's good memories. But this year I don't know what my job would do for Halloween. I don't think they would do anything, but I don't know. But anyway, this is not perfect, but we're doing all right. Just slowly building it up, and it's really pigmented, this these bases. It's basically the crisp finish, so this is one where you can get a brush with it as well. I'm going to use the brush for something else later, so I'm just kind of making sure that this is all leveled out. It doesn't have to be perfect, because his makeup was never that perfect anyway, so just make sure. Alright, I'm going to stop laughing because it's not even that funny. Okay, right, I'll probably need this in a moment for when I do, I'm just going to I'll prime my eyelids, but not yet. So what I'm going to do now is just add a bit of kind of like light tone to my cheeks, because I feel like this is a feminine, not a feminine Joker, but a kind of, it's not like just a male Joker. So I'm going to add some pink to the corner. It's not pink, it's like peach. And I'll add a bit of grey with another palette as well, but I'm going to take a really light amount. I'm not adding any highlighter, I'm not adding really anything. I'm just kind of adding stuff to the corner so we can have some definition in my cheeks, and just blend it, because I'm not going to contour. I'm not adding anything to like chisel out my face. So okay, yeah, that's like the tiniest amount, so that's fine. And let's go into some of the grey as well. I actually rarely have any grey tones. I've actually got this NYX Ultimate Edition, oh no, Ultimate Edit, can't even read. And this grey tone I used a few times with other shades, and it kind of, with other looks I mean, and it does look cool. So just adding a tiny bit, like as like a mild contour, just so it has some definition in my face. Obviously that's not what this makeup is for, and I've completely just added too much, so we're just going to blend, because what I'm trying to do is like shading, but not do like too much shading. Okay. Right, at least my foundation is staying on for the moment, because it, like I said, it's quite warm today, so I don't want like my top lip to just suddenly fade away. So just adding, patting everything down. So far everything's looking fine. I know a lot of people are just like, it looks shit, and I know it probably will look shit, because I'm not an artiste. I'm not like amazing at stuff like this. It's just literally me having some fun. So I am going to go in with my blank canvas, because I want to just kind of emphasize on the eyes just a bit. I am going to take my flat P. Louise brush, and I'm not going to add anything on my ISO Clean palette, just because I might just use some of like, just tap on there for any excess. And then I'm just going to go on my lid, just because I want my shades to pop out just a bit more, and I can probably clean up on here as well, so it's a bit more defined. So yeah, you can just use that to clean up a bit. And just add here. This P. Louise brush was the one that came with the green one. So okay, let me know what you guys are dressing up as during Halloween, because I'm very intrigued if anyone's going to any like Comic-Cons and stuff, because I know that they're coming up very soon, and they're like the perfect place to like cosplay, and that's where everyone basically cosplays as like Heath Ledger's Joker and now Jared Leto's Joker. So if you're going to any of the conventions and dressing up as them, have fun, and hopefully there's less people and there's going to be lots of like Harley Quinns and things like that. So I'm going to go in with a purple first, and I'm going to take this really fluffy brush, part of the Huda Beauty brush set, and I'm using my Sample Beauty eyeshadow, and I'm going to take that in the corners and bring it in. So with like how I was inspired by the image, they kind of had purple, a bit of green, and a bit blended out. So I'm going to do something quite similar, and I don't obviously want to make this completely perfect because it's just mess and a bit of fun. So I'm going to blend that up, because the costume that Jack Nicholson wears is basically like a purple and orange tone, and he has a lot of green in that look as well. So that's why I wanted to like incorporate them into these looks. And I don't have, like I said, I don't have the costume. I'm just going to be doing the makeup, and yeah, just going from there. So this purple I bought individually by Beauty Bay like a week ago or so, because they're reducing them all like to £1.20 or something. So definitely check out, they've got a big selection of shades as well. So yeah, Sample Beauty is got some nice shadows. They have liquid eyeshadows as well, so they're pretty good. I only have a blue one, otherwise I would have used it today to kind of emphasize on my look, but we good with this one. This shade Eggplant, I think I forgot to mention that. So that's pretty good. It's very pigmented, especially with the P. Louise blank canvas. That really helped emphasize it. So just going to blend it a bit more. I will clean up a bit afterwards. Okay, and then now we're going to go in with some green. So I want to add, I've got like a flat brush here, and then I've got another Sample Beauty palette actually, weirdly enough, because I was looking for a green that was going to kind of not be too heavy but be quite bright, and I feel like maybe this shade just here, which is called Plankton, in like the kind of hydrographic palette. So I've got this brush which is like a really kind of defined edge, and I'm going to use that to just blend in with the purple and not be too heavy and not make it like the prominent shade. So I'm just going to blend that in together and see how that works. It's kind of gone a little bit blue, but that's fine. I don't want to be too heavy on that, so just going to blend them in. It's not obviously my best look, but it's still something I think is quite fun. I would probably, you know, because this is not a perfect take on the Joker, but it's my rendition and just something a bit fun to do. And just if you wanted to do a female Joker, this is probably like a cool couple of steps to just take on. This green, I need to add a bit more oomph, but I might add a bit of the other shade, which is called Lagoon, so I might just pile them on. Oh, that's much better. And yeah, just add a bit there. I think I'm looking a bit more like Beetlejuice, to be honest. I did Beetlejuice last year, which again wasn't so great, but it's still like a bit of fun, really. And so those are the two shades. I'm gonna just take a small brush to kind of blend everything with, just to kind of make sure that they work well together, so it's not too heavy, and just work them together. There is purples in this palette as well, but I just wanted to use the purple from the individual shade with this look, and I'm just adding a bit more because it seems to fade a bit when the green goes on top, but we're doing all right. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm actually going to line my lips because I'm trying to get this look done like as not quick as possible, but just so it's not too boring. And so I'm using my KVD liner, which I think is probably perfect for something like this, and I'm going to overline my lips, but with my lips, because when I do that I get a really long line, so I want to try and go like just out like a bit of a flick. So I'm going to overline my lips and just go down. But I want to keep the bow that I have in my lip, which I really like actually. I think it works well, and especially like the Joker has it as well. So okay, and just corner it off. So when you like smile, it goes out a bit more. And I'm going to now add my lipstick / lip gloss, and of course I had to use my Joker one from the new Revolution collection, and I'm going to add it on like with the doe foot, but then I might use some of my lip brush to kind of emphasize just a little bit more to make it a bit more neater. And I'm gonna do that off camera quickly just to save a bit of time, and I'll be back. Okay, I'm back, and so it's just really funny when I just like look at myself. But yeah, I've been kind of playing around a little bit, which I do quite like. So now I'm going to add some hairspray. I got this from Superdrug, and I think it was about £3 or £4. This is a pastel green, so I'm hoping that it still will have some kind of effect on my hair, and it will just wash out. So it's spray on, wash out hairspray. So yeah, let's hope it gives me some coverage, because I'm not going to go too heavy. I just want to go in a couple of places, maybe not the back because it might not show on when I take pictures, but let's have a look how it works. It works. Okay, I'm gonna do this off camera just to save time. Okay, I'm back. This is my finished look. I honestly taken quite a while for me to complete this, but I do quite like it. In some weird way, I literally just making it up as I go along, but I do kind of like it. It's not one that I would call you know, an accurate description, but I do like the way everything's kind of come out. Obviously my hair is not gonna look that great, but I'm doing this for a bit of fun, because it's Halloween and it's time to dress up and just have a good time. And yeah, let me know what you think. I know, again, it's not amazing, but it's a bit of harmless fun. I'm not doing this as like a profession. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Again, let me know if you're dressing up for Halloween this year, who you're going as, because I would love to see pictures if I follow you on Instagram or anything. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, because I film and upload every time I get a chance to. Don't forget to follow me on any of my social medias, because I'm always active on there. And don't forget to put on a happy face, and I will see you very soon. Bye.